In a quiet California neighborhood where families exchanged morning greetings and children played in the street, nothing appeared unusual about the couple living in the small beige house on the corner. Neighbors assumed they were like everyone else, private, quiet, and keeping to themselves. But behind the front door, a secret was building, one that would eventually spark statewide outrage and national attention. The couple, identified by authorities as the primary caretakers of an 8-year-old boy, rarely allowed visitors. Delivery drivers noted the blinds were always shut. Even family members later said they hadn't seen the child in months. What no one knew was that inside the home, the boy was living through a nightmare that would later be described by investigators using two chilling words: torture and attempted murder. The case began to unravel when a welfare call was placed to police, one that would ultimately save the child's life. Officers arrived expecting a routine check. Instead, they encountered disturbing signs that something was terribly wrong. The boy's condition, though not described in graphic detail by officials, was severe enough that responders immediately requested medical assistance. The evidence suggested long-term abuse, prompting detectives to launch a deeper investigation. As the boy was rushed into protective care, investigators turned their focus to the couple. What they discovered would lead to a series of charges that stunned the community: felony child abuse, torture, and attempted murder. Overnight, the house that once blended into the neighborhood became the center of a true crime story that captured national attention. Detectives immediately began piecing together the events that led to the emergency welfare call. They spoke with neighbors, school officials, relatives, anyone who might have seen or heard anything unusual. What they found was a troubling pattern. The child had not been enrolled in school, had rarely been seen outside, and had no documented medical checkups in years. In many cases, that combination alone raises major red flags. Inside the home, investigators found indications consistent with long-term neglect and abuse. While authorities kept specific details private to protect the child, their public statements made it clear this was one of the most severe child endangerment cases they had handled in years. Forensic specialists documented the environment carefully. Every room was photographed, every item cataloged. Detectives were looking for evidence not just of abuse, but of intent, something prosecutors would need for the attempted murder charge. Interviews with the couple quickly became tense. Both individuals denied wrongdoing, claiming the child injured himself or was difficult to care for. Explanations investigators considered inconsistent and unsupported. As more evidence emerged, the couple's stories began to contradict each other, raising suspicion further. Meanwhile, doctors treating the boy were providing crucial medical documentation. Their reports would later become central to the case, describing a child who had endured significant suffering over an extended period. Again, while police avoided graphic descriptions, the severity was undeniable. By the end of the week, prosecutors had enough to move forward. Arrest warrants were issued, and both adults were taken into custody. The charges were stacked: torture, attempted murder, felony child abuse, and child endangerment. What happened next would shock the community and spark outrage across California. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. News of the couple's arrest spread quickly. Local outlets ran headlines that immediately captured attention: 8-year-old rescued from alleged torture, and California couple charged with attempted murder. As the story gained traction, national networks picked it up, sparking a massive wave of public reaction. Neighbors struggled to process what had been happening right beside them. Many asked how the signs were missed. Others regretted not speaking up sooner. Some had noticed the child was never seen outside, but assumed he was just shy or homeschooled. In hindsight, they realized those assumptions masked something much darker. Community members began holding vigils for the boy, offering support, donations, and prayers. Local organizations specializing in child protection stepped forward, emphasizing the importance of reporting concerning situations. Social workers reminded the public that child abuse often happens silently, behind closed doors, and that community awareness can save lives. Online, the story sparked debates about child welfare laws, mandatory reporting, and how authorities can intervene earlier in similar cases. Viewers expressed disbelief, heartbreak, and anger. Many asked how two adults could allegedly inflict such suffering on a child they were meant to protect. Meanwhile, the boy was recovering under the care of specialists. While officials could not disclose details due to privacy laws, they stated he was safe and receiving the support he needed. As tension grew, many wondered what a judge would decide. Would the couple face life sentences? Would more charges be added? And most importantly, would the boy's story inspire changes that could protect other children from similar dangers? Those answers would begin to take shape in the next stage of the case. The courtroom battle. The courtroom was filled with reporters, attorneys, and community members as the couple made their first appearance before the judge. Prosecutors presented the charges clearly and forcefully. Torture, attempted murder, felony child abuse, and child endangerment. Each charge carried significant penalties, and combined they represented decades behind bars. During the hearing, prosecutors outlined the general evidence gathered so far. They emphasized the seriousness and long-term nature of the boy's suffering. They argued that the alleged abuse was not a momentary lapse in judgment but a consistent pattern that placed the child's life in jeopardy. Defense attorneys attempted to counter these claims, arguing the couple was overwhelmed, lacked resources, and had no intent to cause serious harm. But their statements did little to sway the judge, especially given the strength of the initial evidence. A key moment came when prosecutors requested that the couple be denied bail. They argued that the severity of the charges, combined with the risk of flight and public safety concerns, made release unsafe. The judge agreed, ordering both adults to remain in custody pending trial. Outside the courthouse, journalists provided real-time updates, and viewers across the country followed the case with growing interest. Commentators described it as one of the most disturbing child abuse cases California had seen in recent years. As prosecutors prepared for trial, investigators continued gathering additional evidence, interviewing more witnesses, and analyzing forensic findings. The case was building into a major legal battle that would determine whether the couple would spend the rest of their lives in prison. As the legal process moved forward, the focus began shifting toward the child's recovery. Authorities released limited updates but confirmed that he was in a stable environment with professionals trained to support trauma survivors. Child advocates emphasized that healing from such an experience is a long journey, but that early intervention greatly increases the chances of recovery. Meanwhile, prosecutors finalized the charges, bringing forward a case built on medical reports, forensic evidence, and witness statements. Court observers believed the evidence was overwhelming, and legal experts predicted significant prison time if the couple was convicted. Public attention remained strong. Community members held fundraisers to support child protection agencies. Lawmakers even began discussing stronger penalties for severe child abuse cases, citing this case as a catalyst for reform. As the story continued to unfold, the boy's resilience became a symbol of hope. Viewers across the country expressed admiration for his strength and frustration toward the alleged perpetrators. Many commented online that this case opened their eyes to the importance of reporting suspicious behavior, even when it feels uncomfortable. In the end, the case served as a reminder of the vital role communities play in protecting vulnerable children. While the legal system worked toward accountability, advocates urged the public to stay vigilant, stay aware, and speak up when something feels wrong. For the child at the heart of the story, a new chapter was beginning, one filled with safety, support, and the promise of a brighter future. And for millions nationwide, the case stood as a powerful example of why true crime stories matter. They shine light on hidden suffering, inspire action, and help ensure that justice is pursued for those who cannot fight for themselves.